Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadia Malik and I blog at speakingofsense.com. I teach people how they can manage their money better, and also the aim behind my blog is to make people aware that they can actually live a debt-free life. Before diving into the details of my topic, I would like for you to subscribe to my channel. And if you like the information that I'm sharing, like this video, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box. I would reply to them as soon as I get them. So let's go towards the topic. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all the different ways that you can use your stimulus checks properly. If you haven't checked out my video that I uploaded a week before, it has all the information that you need to know in order to find out what was the eligibility of these stimulus checks and how much would you expect from those. So you can go ahead and check that video first and then come back and watch this video where I'm going to be discussing everything that you need to know in order to use your stimulus checks properly. I'm going to be going over just a brief description of what these stimulus checks actually are. During the pandemic and during all this coronavirus going on, so many people have lost their jobs and the economy was suffering. So federal government actually passed a stimulus package where people in a certain income range were supposed to get this assistance, this financial assistance from the government. Most of these stimulus checks have already been gone out. If you have a direct deposit, you should have gotten that already. But if you haven't received these checks, you can actually go ahead and check the IRS website. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. Now that you have received this money, it's important to know how to use this money, because for every individual, the situation is different. Some might have lost their jobs. Some might have experienced the decrease in the work hours. Some still have their jobs and some have stability in their jobs. Some might have some medical expenses that crept up. So it depends on everybody, and that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be talking about different things that you can do in order to use this stimulus check properly. We all have to remember that this is not free money. We have to be able to make very conscious and wise financial decisions in order to be able to use the stimulus checks properly. I'm going to be going over 4 tips or 4 ways that you can actually use the stimulus checks. The very first thing that you can do with your stimulus payment is that you need to pay your essential bills. The essential bills are all the payments that you need to cover in order to stay in the survival mode. This could be your rent payment, this could be your grocery bill, this could be the other payments that you need to pay, like a car payment or some things that you need for your survival. And if you have already covered your essential payments, this stimulus payment or the stimulus money can go towards your credit card debt payment. A very effective way to use this stimulus payments is that you can actually divide that one amount into different chunks and then dedicate those different chunks towards your mortgage payment or your utilities or any of the debt payments that you want to do. The second most effective way that you can use these stimulus payments is to pay off your debt. Debt can be of any kind. It can be a car loan debt, it can be your credit card debt, or it can be any other kind of debt that you have. So it depends on every individual situation. So if you think that you need to pay your credit card debt, you can actually get that amount towards your credit card debt, so the interest doesn't go higher and you do not get in a big financial mess. But if you think that it is important for you to pay off your car loan, or you can just put that lump sum amount of money towards your car loan and it will be paid off quickly, then you can dedicate it towards that. So it's very important to actually zoom out and look at your expenses and look at your financial situation in order to be able to make a right decision. You also have to pay attention at your financial situation, because if you have actually lost job, then you do not do any of the debt payments. You are in the survival mode, so you actually have to stretch that stimulus amount or stimulus payment that you got in order to just cover your essentials, just cover your basics. So if you are in a situation where you don't see income coming in seeable future, like 2 or 3 months, then do not pay anything towards your debt payment. Then all this money you need to save for your essentials. The third way to use your stimulus payment is ideal for people who are actually stuck with their student loans. So if your essentials are covered and you do not have any big credit card loan or an auto loan, then you can actually dedicate this lump sum amount of money towards your student debt or student loan, whatever you have. This could be an opportunity where you can actually pay a lump sum amount of money at one time and may be able to get the student loan off as quickly as possible. Use this money very, very wisely, and do not think that it's just free money that you got and you just start splurging it. You have to be very, very wise and have to be very, very careful of how this money is being spent, because the way you're gonna deal with the money right now is gonna affect your financial outlook and your financial future. This fourth tip is for those people who actually have the stable jobs and they see their income coming and they are not actually being affected by the pandemic in a big, massive way. They are financially stable. They see that they can deal with their finances on day-to-day basis. So this is for those people. Once you have gotten your stimulus payment check, you do not go and buy stuff that you do not need. Like, do not splurge it on something. Like, don't just go and update your TV or anything that you want to do. That is not really needed right now. That money can very well be spent in an investment. There are so many investment platforms that are available right now. You can put it towards your 401k, or you can reserve this money and put it in your retirement fund. If nothing else, you can dedicate this money towards your kids' college fund. I mean, that's a no-brainer. You're going to be putting money in that anyway. So use this chunk of money and help your kids towards a better financial future. And by doing that, you will also save yourself from financial stress that you might have to incur later in few years when your kids grow up. This is it for today's video. I hope you like different tips and different ways that I discussed in my video on how to use these stimulus payments effectively. It really depends on every individual, depending on their long-term or short-term financial goals and their financial situation right now, how they're going to be using these stimulus payment checks. One thing that I cannot stress enough is that your financial habits need to change during this chaotic time that we all are in. The instability and uncertainty of times that we are living through is a clear evidence that we need to be very, very savvy about our financial decisions. We need to be very, very smart about our financial decisions. Take this time to actually think of all the financial decisions that you have already made and use this time to actually develop a plan for your financial future. I hope we can all get through this difficult time. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, just leave them in the comment box. I would be happy to answer those. If you like what you watched in this video, I would suggest you to share it with your friends, because somebody might get benefit from it. Somebody might be just looking for these answers or looking for these suggestions. Please subscribe to my channel so you can get the updated news on what the government is working on for future stimulus packages or whatever ways they are coming out in order to help people like us who are in a financially stressful situation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.